This is from the prestigious commentary, Roman Catholic commentary, Lucius Ferraris, Prompta Bibliotheca, in the article Papa or Pope. Notice what he has to say. The Pope can modify divine law, since his power is not of man, but of God. His power is what? Not of man, but of God. And he acts, now notice this, he acts in the place of God upon earth with the fullest power of binding and loosing his sheep. Notice that this Roman Catholic encyclopedia says that the Pope occupies the place of God. Pope Nicholas I, who ruled from 858 to 867 AD, had this to say about the power of the popes. He says, it is evident that the popes can neither be bound nor unbound by any earthly power, nor even by that of the Apostle Peter, if he should return upon the earth. Since Constantine the Great has recognized, now listen to this, since Constantine the Great has recognized that the pontiffs held the place of God upon earth, divinity not being able to be judged by any living man. That's blasphemy, folks. It continues saying, we are then infallible. And whatever may be our acts, we are not accountable for them, but to ourselves. Notice what Pope Leo XIII had to say in an encyclical letter. The name of the encyclical letter was On the Chief Duties of Christians as Citizens. It's dated January 10, 1890. Notice what he said. This is more contemporary. But the supreme teacher in the church is the Roman Pontiff. By the way, that's another name for the Pope. Union of minds, therefore, requires, together with a perfect accord in one faith, complete submission and obedience of the will to the church and to the Roman Pontiff as to God himself. And Leo XIII also said in an encyclical letter dated June 20, 1894, he said unabashedly, we hold upon this earth the place of God Almighty. Time and again, you'll find in the writings of Roman Catholics expressions that apply to the Pope, calling him Vicar of Christ, Vice-Regent of Christ, Representative of Christ, and yes, Vicar of the Son of God. Do you know the popes have claimed throughout the course of history to perform the functions of God? I don't have time to get into all of this. You have these texts on your sheets. But he claims to have the power to forgive sins. He claims to have the power to set up kings and to remove kings. Daniel 2 says that that's God's prerogatives, to place kings and to remove kings. He claims to have the prerogative of being bowed down to. He accepts the title Holy Father. He believes that he can execute the death penalty upon dissenters. He said that he had power to change the Sabbath to Sunday. He's felt that it's okay to change God's prophetic calendar. They claim to be God's supreme judges on earth, and they also claim to be infallible expositors of God's will in faith and morals. Now, folks, all of those things in the Bible are prerogatives of God. If the papacy claims to have had this power, it's because they're usurping the title and they're usurping the power of God. Now let me read you some blasphemous statements from a book by St. Alphonsus Liguori. He is one of the few doctors of the Roman Catholic Church. There are very few of those. Thomas Aquinas was another, and there's a handful of other ones. But he did a compendium of all of the Roman Catholic wisdom on what the power of the priest is. And I want to read a statement from his book, Dignity and Duties of the Priest or Selva. This is page 28, page 28.